to dream the impossible dream and to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow and to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. Well, this is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. Well, this is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for the heavenly cause. And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest, and the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. Thank you.
Mr. Shemroy Parkinson and Mr. Richard Whiteman, thank you so much. We are on a series that we hope would lead us to the fulfillment of our dreams. And last week, we spoke about the importance of desire, that desire is the universe tapping at the inner core of our soul and saying, wake up, there is something better for you. But nothing gets going until we make a decision. We learn that as soon as we make the decision to follow our dream, the journey begins. That without making a decision, we'll be whimsical and haphazard, and we just take things as they come. That as soon as we make that decision to move towards the dream begins to become bigger, and we start to see clearer. Today we will deal with two other important factors in helping us achieve the dream. The first one I want to deal with is ask. A-S-K. It's very interesting that this word is comprised of three words that are very important in the asking action. The universal law is ask, and you shall receive. The word ask has its root into claim or demand. When you ask, you are not begging. You are not requesting. You are claiming. Well, how can you claim if you don't know that what you have need of is yours? So this goes back to your state of being. That in the beginning, it says, and we follow the Bible. It says that in the beginning, God created. And then God said, let us create man after our image, after our likeness. This man comes from the word Adam, meaning humankind. So Adam is not a specific individual, but humankind. Let us create humankind after our image, after our likeness. Now we know that God is not a human being. We know that God is spirit. So we are saying then that if God is spirit and God created humankind after its image likeness, then this Adam that God created has to be spiritual man. Now what are we talking about when we say spiritual man? We are talking about that which is the core element of our being. That first and foremost, we are spiritual beings. That means we are beings of energy, pure energy. We operate in energy, by energy, and we experience energy every minute of the day. As we think, as we outpicture our dreams, all of that is done in the mental spiritual realm of our being. So one of the first things we ought to do is to tell ourselves, affirm it over and over, I am a spiritual being, and all of the Spirit of God is in me. I am a spiritual being, and all of the Spirit of God is in me. Now, when you begin to think that way, it sets you on a different plane. You come to realize that, as Paul says, we live, move, and have our being in God. That means we live our entire life in the realm of spirit, governed by the spiritual laws that are spirit. And if we are governed by spiritual laws, then one of the first laws that we should be aware of is the law that says, ask and you shall receive. To him or she who asks, they receive. To ask means to claim. And how do we look at this word claim in our particular life? As spiritual beings, all of the spiritual qualities, all of the spiritual nourishment is already yours, because through birth you are the expression of God. That means everything that is God-like is already flowing through you. But because of forgetfulness and ignorance, error thinking, we fail to recognize that. So our view is that everything that we have need of must come from outside of us. So we don't learn to ask inside of us to receive from inside of us. We look to the outside for our help, our strength, and our nourishment. So when we say to ask means to claim, when we ask, we are actually saying, divine spirit within me, let me recognize what I already have as health, as abundance, as happiness. These are already a part of our being, but we must learn to claim them as ours. They don't come from outside of us. They are already within us. Behold, Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within us. That means wherever God is, it is within us, and all that God is already within us. To ask means also to make demands of. Father, you are the king. I am the crowned prince. I need to use the Lamborghini tonight. I come to get it. There's no kneeling down. There is no begging. This is a claim, an affirmative statement. I come for what is mine by divine right. Now that is different from, may I please? No. It is mine. Health is mine. Declare this with me. Health is mine.
Health is mine.
When I ask for health, I am actually demanding that I experience the health that is mine.
I am actually demanding that I experience the health that is mine.
Now, to ask in a claiming manner, you have to know that it is yours. You have to know that when you ask, you must receive. Not that you may receive. You must receive. So you have to change your mind to become open and receptive, not looking for maybes and there's a possibility that. You change your mind to know that everything that you ask for, you must receive. This is a change in mindset. The S in ask means to seek, to look for, to search, to inquire. Nothing just comes to you. You have to look for it. Not looking outside, but looking first for the ideas and finding the ideas that are constantly flowing through you. This world is a world made up of ideas. And all we are doing constantly is transforming ideas which are spiritual entities that we cannot see with our naked eyes, but we can recognize in our minds, and we transform these into the things or pictures that we think will fill our needs in our minds. The K in ask means to knock, to rap hard on the door, to strike with force. How does this work? I have a dream. I can keep the dream in here that I alone will experience, close my eyes, and just dream on it. But a dream is like an egg in a nest. If it never cracks open, it cannot become a chicken. It cannot live. So sometimes piling up dreams in our heads really doesn't do anything for us. We have to do what? Ask, seek, look for, go out of your way to find the opportunities that are lurking in your way. Nobody will bring the opportunity to you. You are the thinker. You must keep thinking the thoughts that will make the things that will manifest your dream in your life. And you must go with confidence, knowing who you are. And if the door is closed, you must be willing to break it down to get what you know is yours. You don't turn back. Turning back is not an option. Going straight ahead and breaking down whatever stands in your way, creating new spaces where there were borders, moving beyond your comfort zone. I keep knocking. To rap hard. No is not an answer. The only answer I should receive is yes. All the lights on the street that I am traveling should be green. If it's red, I stand there and I rap until it falls. The only thing stopping me from achieving my dream is my unwillingness to claim, hello now, to search for and to strike hard. Because with me, all things are possible. There is nothing on the planet Earth that man has achieved that didn't come by one person asking, seeking, and forcing her way or his way in the direction that he or she wants to go. It just does not happen by chance. It happens because you made the choice and you were persistent and you kept claiming that which is yours. If you don't claim it, you cannot have it. The more you demand is the more it comes closer. The more you look is the more you can see. The more you rap, it's the more the universe will hear you trying to get in. If you lay in your bed with your dream, it's just like an egg that you boil and you eat. It will never become a chicken. If you do not ask, claim, and demand your inheritance, you will not have it. So let's go back. I am a spiritual being, and all that the Father has is mine. Jesus told the story of a man who had 2 sons. He said the young one came to his father. He didn't beg his father. He said to his father, "Father, give me all the things that you have for me." Now, this is not begging. Hello now. This is a young man, 18 years. He is not the heir, like the eldest son is, but he knows his rights. He knows his father worked hard and built up big inheritance for him, and part of it is his. And he comes and he says, "Father, give me." That is demanding. He didn't fall on his knees and say, "Well, Father, you know, I cleaned the yard, I raked the leaves, and I did all the things that you expected me to do." No. He said, "Give me." This is how we have to approach the universe, or the infinite supply that we call God. And the Father didn't say, "Boy, what are you going to do with this stuff?" It said, the Father gave it to him. Wow. If it's yours, your Father has to do what? Give it to you. I don't know. But you have to do what? Ask. Claim. It says that the boy went out and basically spent it all. You see, if you don't know the value of what you have, you spend it. Do you know the value of your thinking? Do you know that every thought builds your life? Do you know how powerful your thoughts are? That your thoughts have worth to you? So shouldn't you be thinking in a positive manner wherever you are? And claiming your well-being? Realizing that every thought establishes a picture in mind which would eventually become a part of your experience. So why not spend time to say, "I am happy, no matter what is going on. I am healthy, I'm happy, I am wealthy, no matter what is going on." Because thoughts have power. It says the young man went out, spent it all, lost it all, and found himself in a state like most of us find ourselves sometimes, experiencing what we call sickness, lack in our supplies, and unhappiness in our lives. And he did something which is very important to note. He didn't think that he could go back to his father. He began to look outside of himself to get help. when you don't know your worth, you sell your soul to the lowest bidder. Hello now. When you don't know that you are the child of a king, and that all the Father has is yours. When you feel you are in the gutter, you believe that your income should come from the gutter. So what did he do? He enjoined himself to a man who had a farm. And the man had pigs, meaning he was not of the same belief system than the young man. Because the young man, the story is being told, he has to be a Jewish young man. And the Jews didn't play with pig. So that meant he went outside of his thinking to get something, because his mind had fallen so low. Have you ever been to that place where you feel you have lost everything and you just get full of despair? And you start to say things like, poor me. I will take anything that comes my way. Just a question, but you could answer. Have you ever experienced that? Where you sell your birthright for a piece of bacon? Hello now. I'm talking to you. Have you ever felt that way? Yeah, we do from time to time. As soon as we feel lower than who we really are, and we start to feel incompetent, unworthy, we sink. But sometimes this experience is necessary, because when we forget who we are, what happens? We begin to suffer. That's why we teach that forgetfulness is the cause of also. We forget who we are, and we allow error thinking to degrade us. Hello now. We say things like that, it's because I'm human. So all these human things happen to me. But it says that after experiencing all sorts of negativity, it says he came to his senses. And he said, look at this. Look where I am. My Father has everything. And even his servants, they are now living better than I am. You see, when you fall from grace by error thinking, you know the truth inside of you. But sometimes we are ashamed. You ever felt ashamed to go back and to go home? Mm-hmm. So you go to a far off country that nobody knows you? That's what the young man did. And he had one day this epiphany. He says, you know, I'm going home. I am going to reclaim my status. And the journey home sometimes is not an easy one, because it's the transforming of the mind by releasing the things of the past. It happened. I was there. I am going home. I forget the things of the past to make way home. If you want to go home with all this negative memory, you can't go home. You got to drop it off. You can't restate that I am a spiritual child of the universe of God and still carry baggages of lack, limitation, and claiming that I am just a worm in the dust. I'm insignificant. No, you're not. It says that when he was a little distance away from home, the servants of his father saw him and ran home and told the father. Wow. On your way back to who you are, wonderful things begin to happen. There's an awakening that takes place as you come back to recognize who you are. These are the servants of your spiritual nature trying to draw you closer back to who you really are. It says as soon as the father heard, immediately he said what? Party time. We're going to have a party. Let's kill the best of the cows. Hello now. Go into my cellar and take out the best wine. Hello now. Find the best robe and the best set of shoes because my son has come back home. It is important that you know who you are, that you know whose you are. And it is important that you know that you can return to your station of glory at any time. The choice is yours. You don't have to languish in what you call sickness, lack and limitation, unhappiness, and negativity. As soon as you say you are going home, wonderful things begin to point you in that direction so you can relink with your true spiritual nature. The next one I would like to deal with is love. So in our journey to fulfill the dream, we have the desire, we have made the decision, and we have asked. The next quality or the next thing that we have to do is to put ourselves in a place to begin to attract to us what we need in our lives. No matter what your dream may be, you will need the power of love to help you make it come true. You love the statement by Lou Carbonell. Love is a dynamic attraction far more powerful than the atomic energy. We are shaped and fashioned by what we love. Love means what we focus on, what we keep our mind on. To love means to focus. Love the Lord thy God means to focus on one concept, one idea. Don't be mixed up. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Keep focused. You can't love two things at the same time. You could only love one. We love everything that we see, we hear, we touch, we taste. And that which we are supposed to love, we do not love. Jesus, when asked, what is the greatest commandment? He said, love God. And he said, the second one is like unto it, love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, I want to tell you here, yourself is God. All he was saying is love yourself and let that love spill out of you like a light. So everyone who comes into your space feels who you are and wants to be a part of you. That's what love is. Simple. Love yourself as a complete spiritual entity as one with the universal flow of all. And if you are one with God, then you have to be one with everyone who enters your space, whether it's mental, emotionally, or physically. Everyone who comes near to you, you must be one with. You do not know who is meant to help you. So when you don't receive them lovingly, your good is turned away, because sometimes we have a dream. But because the mind is so full of hate, resentment, and what is the word? Prejudice, we throw and cast off that which could help us. Oh, I can't touch that. When Peter had an experience when he went amongst the Gentiles, they brought kingfish, fish without scales, and pig. And he says, I can't touch that. Unclean. And the Spirit of the Almighty said to him, call not what I have made unclean. Kill and eat. Wherever you are, whatever is there, join with and find the fulfillment that you are there to experience. Stop condemning and stop criticizing. Learn to cooperate with the universe. Don't just sit down with anger. Get up and start to live. Just reach out. Hey. Wherever you are now, just reach out and touch somebody and say, the life that I have is the love that I have, and I share this with you right now. Right now. The life that I have is the love that I have, and I share this with you. I give all of me to you. I am authentic. And I give my authenticity to you. I will never be a fake in your midst. Because I love you. And I love you as I love myself. And what I am actually saying is that what I want for myself, I want for you. We good? Love is the universal magnet. Don't go back. I have some more for you to do, so get closer. Love stays close. Go, George, you got to go back. No, go side. Go back side. You see how love funny? Love is the universal magnet that brings two things together. Once they are vibrating at the same energy level, they have to come together. So I want to share something with you. whoever is in your life right now, whoever you are focusing on right now, you are in love with. Good, bad, or indifferent. Because the only reason why they're there, love means to focus on. Whatever you focus on or give power to in your life, you'll be drawn to, and they will be drawn to you wherever you are. So you could run underneath the rock to hide yourself, but the rock becomes one with you also. Hello? Love is the idea in spirit of unity, of oneness. It attracts, it draws, it cements, it binds. As a magnet, it holds things fixed together. The secret is, if you ever want to get rid of anything, stop thinking about it. Because love works through our thinking. If you don't like the life that you live, stop thinking about the life that you don't want. Start thinking about the life that you want. Draw it to you. Unify. When you love your dream, you can't think about anything else. That becomes the only thing that you give your power, your energy to. Did you know that? When you love, it means I and this are one. If we don't become one, the interactive energy that is necessary for fulfillment cannot bind, cannot cement, and therefore cannot give expression. Love will give, will draw everything that you have need of in your life. In fact, whatever you have in your life right now, love brought it, and love is keeping it. Huh. See, people think that love is this kind of something inside of you, could feel it. It's an emotion that wakes me up in the night. That love makes you fall down. The love that I am talking about is the love that lifts us up. It's the wind beneath my wings that takes me where I want to go. That's the kind of love. Any love that makes you go down and get sad is not love. That's emotion. I am talking about the love that keeps the planets equidistant from each other, that keeps the sun there. It's the same love that works as gravity. You put something up from the earth, it comes back down to the earth. It can't stay up there. It comes back down. I'm talking about if you take a fish out of water, it wants to get back in. Love. It's one with the water. Unless you become one with your dream, you cannot have it. Unless you focus on the things that you want to have in your life, you cannot have them. As you love, you reap. Ask yourself, what is the nature of my love? Ask yourself, does love possess? No. Love sets free. That's the beautiful thing about love. Does love make a slave of? No. Love respects, appreciates, accepts, because it knows that wherever it is operating, whatever is in that field is one with it. Love is that spiritual power that is perfect, harmonious. Where there is love, there is no contention. Where there is love, there can be no wickedness. Where there is love, there can only be love, goodness, or that which is equal. And why I say that? If you love to hate, you will attract haters to you. Oh God. Hello now. If you like negativity, don't you notice all the people in your life talk your language? Negativity is a language. Love heals. If you ever want to bring about a healing in your life, start loving. That means sending your love out to whoever is there. Stop criticizing. Stop condemning. Start accepting. Lose your biases and realize that God has prepared this wonderful table before you, even in the presence of your past enemies. And all you need to do is to partake of what is there. Don't condemn it. Don't wish that there was something there other than what is there. It can't be. The law of the universe has brought that there. Enjoin yourself to it. Appreciate it. Accept it for what it is. Use it in the context that it was made. And see something happening in your life. You realize as soon as you start to love, you start to relax. You realize that? You can walk anywhere and feel free. Hello now. There's no more stiffness in your neck. Hello now. Your stomach don't cramp up no more. Because why? The love that is life flowing through every part of your body harmonizes all the organs and cells and bring them as one to operate in one way to bring health and wholeness. That's what happens. As soon as your mind becomes a loving field, something happens. Every cell in your body wakes up to the idea of wholeness. And everything is washed away. I love so much that I can't help myself. Just do that. Thank you. I love so much. I just feel the love moving through you. Just reach out in your mind to those people that you may not have been getting along well with. And just say, The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. Just think about that. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. The greatest thing in all my life is loving, knowing you. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. The greatest thing in all my life is knowing you. I want to know you more. I want to know you more. The greatest thing in all my life is know. And you see, wherever there is love, there is service. Let's sing serve you. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. The greatest thing in all my life is serving you. I want to serve you more. I want to serve you more. The greatest thing in all my life. Just close your eyes for a moment and just hum this melody, knowing the words of love. Tell yourself after me, I love my dreams so much.
I love my dreams so much.
I want it to be a part of me.
I want it to be a part of me.
I will go anywhere to find it.
I will go anywhere to find it.
I will keep demanding it to come to me.
I will keep demanding it to come to me.
I will keep blessing it.
I will keep blessing it.
And I will bless everyone
And I will bless everyone
who comes along my way.
who comes along my way.
God bless.
Just clap your hands like this. 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 And the people of God said, yeah. 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 All right, voice of the praise. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go. This is the day. This is the day
that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made.
rejoice.
I will rejoice
I will rejoice
and be glad in it.